We are yanging out. That's what this is all about, because that's what we do. 24/7 yanging. And last night was just incredible. It was the night of a lifetime. We are on our way to the cutting room. We're gonna meet Andrew Yang. I'll finally get to meet him.
Yeah. I'm sure Andrew Yang probably knows you.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't follow me on Twitter yet.
Does he follow anybody?
He does, yeah. But he does it kind of randomly. That's what I was told by someone who met him in New Hampshire, and we follow each other on Twitter. Seems randomly.
I hope he's seen one of my videos, you know?
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me because, you know, Jeff saw it.
Yeah?
You know what I mean? So people in the campaign have watched your videos. People work for the campaign. So.
Andrew Yang, I'm about to die. I'm dying for fucking you. I didn't sleep last night. I slept 2 hours. And then I took a nap. I'm still tired.
Okay.
Andrew Yang should feel really wonderful, you know? I mean, even if he didn't become our president,
he's accomplished so much. This country is better for him running, regardless of what happens.
So this is the second trip today. The first trip we went to Andrew Yang headquarters. Now we're coming to
the cutting room for the fundraiser.
Yeah. We walked in actually through a back door because people waiting long line outside.
This is not registration. This is to get him on the ballot. Petitioning process. This is not the registration. This is about petitioning. Oh, okay. Ching.
Hi,
how are you doing? How's it going? This is to get him on the ballot. This is not the registration. This is not registration. This is to get him on the ballot.
So
I got you in.
Yeah, you got me. You're the volunteer.
A volunteer?
Yeah, and I'm the paid, patron.
Yeah, you're a paid patron.
And
exactly.
also I video. So I'm like, I have double duty. I don't just go there to enjoy the evening.
Right, exactly.
Doing a mic check and I'm at living. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
I walked into the space. It feels like a bar. Okay, how are you?
I'm good. I'm doing well.
The act through the confirmation. This is like one of the most important jobs. You think I'm not freaking out?
Today is November the 24th. It is the fundraising. We're in cutting room. And this place is full of people.
You never inside? Yes.
At about 6 o'clock, right? People start to come in and almost in half hour, the place was full.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You can't even walk through people.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's amazing. And I know a lot of people in last night because I've done quite a lot of work. Good. Everything's good. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Ching,
Hi.
nice to see you again. I met you at the Basic Income March.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah. I remembered your name, right? Did you see the video?
I didn't watch the whole video.
Okay. Make sure we exchange like Facebook or something.
Okay. I think I follow you on Twitter as well. So I'll
Father? Who's your father?
no, I follow you on Twitter. Yeah. So I'll find you on Twitter.
Yeah.
later.
And you are Joseph.
Yes.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
great memory.
I am not totally
I'm so happy.
senile.
I'm so happy you remember me. Because I remember people too.
Yeah. Everything's
Cool.
so dark. I'm gonna make it brighter.
I mean, it also doesn't help that I'm black, so it's hard. It's harder to see me in the dark because I'm black. Some people might get mad if I make these jokes, kind of like they get mad at Andrew for making Asian jokes.
Okay, great. See you later.
See you later. You need money, Bobby?
Michael, thank you.
That's her first Yang Gang
Those are
hat,
posers.
but
Yeah.
she knew about Yang before I did.
She's double seven younger.
Ah, she's our,
Double seven young
she's our secret weapon.
I'm the secret weapon.
Fun girl.
Fun girl, young gang.
Very dangerous.
2020.
Dangerous. Right?
What's up?
Right? Do you have an English
Seduce
name?
and assassin. Acre.
Yes,
Seduce and
Acre.
Acre.
Acre?
Get that
Like,
information.
like a 1 acre to
Bring it
acre.
back to the business man.
Hey.
How are you?
Yang 2020, baby.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I like your outfit.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful.
I love your work.
Oh, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Joy Low. Ching, I see your work. I like your work all the time on Facebook.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we're here representing Vermonters for Yang, and we've been canvassing up there, collecting signatures for the ballot access team in New England. And I just started phone banking for Iowa, which was really cool. We just started that this week. Fantastic. Get those numbers.
I was mainly there waiting for Andrew Yang to come. But before he came out, there's a bunch of entertainment performances.
Yes.
And people go wild. People went wild.
They did. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was going wild too. I was up in the balcony and I was going wild.
Rise up, we gon' do the utmost. They scared when they hear we go high. They scared of us. No camera, it's so scandalous.
Hello, New York City. Any Andrew Yang supporters here? So are we. So we're just gonna do some songs from an album called RUR that's about robots taking over the world, and we thought it was very apropos. So here it is.
Anybody here that's not down with the Yang Gang? Speak now, forever hold your peace. No, for real, be honest. Because the Yang Gang were about humanity. Can I get a yeah? And the Yang Gang is about honesty. Can I get a hell yeah? So here's your chance to be as honest as you can be as a human being. You be the most honest person in New York City. Is there anybody here right now that is not Yang Gang yet? Put your hand up. Oh, you. Okay. We're not gonna like beat you up or anything. On the contrary, we're gonna shower you with love and hugs and kisses. Unless you're not into that stuff, then we'll respect your space. True Yang Gang, that's who I hooked up with. True Yang Gang, that's who I hooked up with. I said true Yang Gang, that's who I hooked up with. Hey, there's no place to hide now that he's arrived. I'm saying he ain't playing. Now with this campaign, bang, oh, dang, it's in. Put your hands up. This style is awesome. Taking donations, whatever size the portion. If not, volunteer your time. Instead, grassroots won't stop at the polls till he's ahead. Some say, who is that? Hey, yo, the newest cat. Other candidates go home feeling super whack. Yeah, the older. Humanity first, that's the slogan. 2020, here we come. Put your hands up, everybody. Come on, this side, what's up? Make some noise. This side, make some noise. Make some noise. The king of debates, yeah, it's true when it's true when it both state to state. Each term 4 years, get for who you get stuck with. True Yang Gang, that's who I hooked up with. Not many politicians can really be trusted. True Yang Gang, that's who I hooked up with. Yeah. Fire in this darkness below. Ready to sing? Go. I want to hear every person in here.
There's no government shutdown with Asian people in charge. We don't shut down for anything. We don't shut down for Christmas. You understand? We work through public holidays. Any city in America, when it's 3 a.m. and you're hungry, where do you go? You go to Chinatown. That's where you go. Because things are affordable, delicious, and open. Does that sound like a country you want to live in? We don't shut down for anything. Thanksgiving means nothing to me. Do you have any idea how meaningless the concept of Thanksgiving is to me? Fuck turkey, it's dry. I'd rather fix healthcare than eat turkey. How about that? Please, vote for the Asians. We'll work while you're eating. And we got the votes, Asian people. We got the votes. I'm telling you, it's right there. Everybody loves us. It's right there, waiting for us. Jewish people will vote for us. Yeah, because like I just said, we're the only ones who cook for them during Christmas. They're already loving the flavors. Italians and Greek people will vote for us because we have a shared history and culture of family-based food activities. Also, we feed our children. We know what it takes to make good people.
But eventually, Andrew Yang came on, and he looked very big, like bigger than before, because the stage,
Yes.
you know, and the stage is high.
Yeah.
But it's also very close to us.
Yeah.
It's not like
Andrew Yang! Andrew Yang! Andrew Yang! Andrew Yang! Andrew Yang!
And now I want to welcome the person who let me run for president, my wife, Evelyn Yang. How many of you all partied with me when we were young? Yeah, see, there's a few people. I just got back from a magical land called Iowa. And I gotta say, the crowds are just getting bigger and bigger all the time. Iowa, I tell them that this is where history is gonna be made, and I gotta say, the media's missing what's happening on the ground in Iowa. Because I've been going there once a month for the last 2 years. This is my 23rd trip. And now when you go, you see the crowds are spilling out into the street. folks are canvassing their neighbors, and their neighbors now have seen a bunch of ads about me and the campaign, and so all of a sudden the conversations are taking a ton of new momentum. And that's only possible because of the generosity and support of people like you here tonight. So thank you all so much for believing me in the campaign. I get the sense that a lot of you are pretty hardcore Yang Gang. So I'm going to try and go deeper into the campaign. I'm not going to give you the customary stump. You can go to a site called YouTube and probably find like videos. And so if you're just here and Yang curious, just go to YouTube after, don't worry about it. But for the folks who are here and hardcore, you're like me, you're a numbers person. I want to go through some of the numbers that are getting us so excited here in the field. Thanks to people like you, we raised $10 million last month to be in this place. You all are like senior members of the gang. One of the fun things about being on the debate stage is you actually hang out with some of the other candidates. And this past time I saw Bernie this week in Atlanta, and I thanked him because Bernie said he liked me to a journalist. And then when he said he liked me, I was like, Bernie Sanders likes me? I'm all like happy. I've been around him like a dozen times and I had no idea he liked me. Because he doesn't really give you that, vibe. Oh, it's true. He's just like his SNL characters. So I saw him, and then during one of the commercial breaks, I was like, "Hey, Bernie, thank you for saying nice things about me, like to the journalist." And then he like did something he'd never done before. He put his arm around me, and I was like, "Of course I like you, Andrew. Bringing a lot of good ideas to the table." I was a Bernie guy last time. I don't know how many of y'all were Bernie guys last time. But then I voted for Hillary. I'm not like. Yeah, I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm pro-civilization. Let's be honest. So after I got off the debate stage in Atlanta, I met with Martin Luther King's son, Martin Luther King III. And imagine sitting there and talking to someone. You're talking about Martin Luther King, and then he uses this sentence. Dad said this. And then you're just like, Martin Luther King's your dad? So we have so many advantages going in, and we're just hitting our stride at the right time. I just met with the entire Iowa team, and they are pumped about what they're seeing. How their conversations, instead of being like, hey, Andrew Yang, and people are like, who? Now it's like, Andrew Yang, it's like, oh, I saw these commercials about him, tell me more. And then the adoption just keeps on going up and up. So we're going to continue to grow and peak at the exact right time when voting starts on February 3rd. Because what's the #1 criteria for Democratic primary voters for the nominee? Beat Trump! Beat Donald Trump, that's right. And I am one of only 2 candidates in the entire field that a poll said 10% or more of Donald Trump voters said they would support in the general election. Yeah. It has something to do with Ronnie Chang just said, and he's obviously joking about most of that stuff. But a friend of mine's mom who watched Fox News said, of the Democratic field, the only one I would support is Andrew Yang because he does not seem to be judging me at all. And it's true. I just want to help her. I want to improve the lot of all Americans. And the greatest power we have is that people sense that motivation is pure. I have no agenda except trying to improve the human condition and the day-to-day lives of the folks that have gotten left behind in the 21st century economy, which unfortunately is more and more of us. Now we're here in Manhattan. A lot of people here are really highly educated, very successful. You obviously have a little bit of disposable cash, so you can come out on a Sunday night and throw down on this awesome event. And so we have climbed up through the meritocracy, through the hierarchy in our own ways. We're just going to displace the retail workers, the cashiers, the McDonald's clerks, the call center workers, the warehouse shelvers. It's also going to start hitting radiologists, accountants, pharmacists. I was an unhappy lawyer for 5 months, which is long enough to know that you can automate away a lot of that job. The meritocracy is deluding us into thinking that people's success or failure depends upon our character or work ethic. But what I say to people is like when the robot trucks come, it doesn't matter if the trucker was the hardworking, conscientious trucker or the not so hardworking trucker, the robot's better than both of them. So I was cocky when our first son was born. I was like, you know, everyone's had kids. Like, how hard could this be? And then if you had your hand up, you realize, like, oh my gosh. It's like, now I like it having a kid to like, just having a grenade in the house. And now just to jump on the grenade, like, repeatedly. You guys know what I'm talking about. And Evelyn's economy is turning on more and more of us in different ways. To me, this is the clear reason why Donald Trump is our president. That we have this economy that's been pushing more and more people to the side. And Democrats seem to have taken the wrong lesson from Trump's victory and have been focusing just on Donald Trump. What I'm saying to folks around the country is that Donald Trump is not the cause of all of our problems. He's a symptom, and we have to cure the disease.
That's right.
You can just consider me America's Asian doctor. And my prescription is money.
Damn.
So Donald Trump said he was going to make America great, and then what did Hillary Clinton say in response? America's already great. Remember that? I mean, I voted for her, but that was not the right response. We have to acknowledge the depth and severity and reality of the problems in America, but then we need real solutions that will actually help move the country forward. Donald Trump's solutions were the opposite of what we need. He said we need to build a wall, turn the clock back, and bring the old jobs back. And we know here in New York, in this room tonight, that we need to do the opposite. We need to turn the clock forward. We have to accelerate our economy and society as quickly as possible. We have to let America know it's not immigrants that are causing these problems. Am I right? Yeah. It's not immigrants. If you go to these factories in Michigan and Ohio, it's not wall-to-wall immigrants. It's wall-to-wall robot arms and machines. Same thing in the Amazon Fulfillment Center. It's wall-to-wall robots and machines. So we have to let America know that it's not immigrants. We have to evolve in the way we think about ourselves and our work and our value. And I have to say, this campaign is hitting home because Americans have been waiting for this message. Americans have been waiting for a diagnosis of the real problems and the solutions that they can understand. That's why we're growing all the time. I love you all. Thank you so much.
Check. What's up, guys? I'm Zach. Hi, everybody. So, I promised everybody on the way in we're gonna do photos, and it's gonna be amazing. And Andrew makes sure we're very, very efficient.
So, it was very powerful once he came on stage. People start to shoot with their cell phones.
Oh, I saw those up in the air. Yeah.
Yeah. I
You're holding them up.
I shot with a Sony camera and then my iPhone at the same time. Tried to capture his talk and the reaction shot, audience. Yeah. So it was really great. It was really great. And the rally, first rally I went, which I met you on May 14th.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even his appearance moved me. It was the audience.
Yeah.
I turned around. You see what he's doing?
We are at a moment of transformation. Donald Trump represents a transition, not a transformation. He is not the end of the road. We have yet to determine what the next 20 to 40 years of America will look like. But we are overdue as a country.
And they're just nuts.
Yeah. That's a picture of what truly makes America great. It's the diversity. It's the sea of humanity that was there. Because we know that there were Trump supporters there and they were protesting or doing whatever, and you have every right to do that. But there was one person who was just yelling obscenities and they were getting really angry. But when you see the people there for Andrew and just the atmosphere and the tone that Reverend Wendy Hamilton brought and Steve Marchand, even before Andrew got on the stage, it was just like math. make America think harder is greater than what was going on with those Trump protests.
I would like to get into Andrew's head sometimes, like be able to ask him, how do you feel right now? Like seeing all these nuts.
Yeah, Yang nuts.
Isn't it? It would be so much fun to know how really he feels.
How he really thinks about it. Yeah. But I think you get a lot of insight by reading his tweets. He's not like, well, I'm running for president because I've always wanted to run for president. He's doing it because he doesn't see anybody else stepping up to the occasion and actually proposing solutions that are going to help everyday people, the normal people, as technology advances, as automation steams forward. That's what it's doing. You know, it's not slowing down. And this is a way to get ahead of this. And he's the only one that's proposing this and has a clear vision of how to do it. It's not just $1,000 a month. It's about everything else but the money. But the money helps you to get to a baseline. It's a floor. It's not a ceiling. It's a way so that poverty can be addressed, and it can be solved. It can end poverty. And then when you end poverty, then you can focus on the bigger picture issues and problems that are facing us in this century. So I just love his big picture outlook, but it's very optimistic. He's very logical. He's also non-ideological when it comes to politics, like politics as usual, because he's not a politician. He says that I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a problem solver.
Now he is.
And that's what he is.
But now he is a politician.
Now that he's running.
Come on. Your face is dark.
If you wasn't there, you missed it. It was an amazing event. The talent, the artists that was there, MC Jin, Ronnie Chang. Love Ronnie Chang. Thank you, Ronnie Chang. I'm so sorry, Andrew, but I came to see Ronnie Chang tonight.
What do you say?
Oh, it was amazing. I had a really good time volunteering. I came to see Andrew, but the bonus was Ronnie Chang and MC Jin, and just being able to just be around a bunch of gang, meet Zach Brahman, and just meet lots of people. Meet Evelyn. Yes, I did a picture with Evelyn and with Andrew. So I had an amazing time. It was a night of a lifetime. It really was.
It was fun. Ronnie Chang was there. I learned about Andrew Yang from Ronnie Chang interviewing him on a Daily Show skit earlier this year. So it was fun seeing them both in the same place. Got to see Evelyn, got to see Matt from the Zach and Matt Show, got to see Ted from Yang Stream, got to meet a lot more Yang Gang I've been communicating with on Twitter, but not in real life yet. This movement is big. But
Unstoppable.
People don't see it yet. Yang Gang is going to be coming.